Lesson 1. Exploring landmarks.
What landmarks should we not miss? The lighthouse and the historical castle.
Those sound fantastic. Both places must have intriguing histories.
Indeed, the lighthouse is probably quite picturesque as well.
I can picture it, standing tall against the backdrop of the sea.
And the castle? A touch of medieval charm could be magical.
Absolutely. Exploring such places always feels like stepping back in time.
Have you visited many historic sites?
A few. Each has its own unique story to tell.
Let us add both the lighthouse and the castle to our itinerary.
Lesson 2. Scenic exploring.
It is a good place to walk around or bicycle around.
That sounds lovely. Are there also horse and wagon rides?
Yes, although the main street can be quite busy at times.
I appreciate scenic routes. They make the journey feel more enjoyable.
Absolutely. Plus, a horse-drawn wagon ride seems delightful.
It would give a unique perspective of the area.
Indeed, every mode of travel adds a special touch to the experience.
I can imagine the gentle rhythm of the horses would be soothing.
Let us plan a day to explore this charming place soon.
Lesson 3. Coastal wonders.
Have you ever heard about the stunning beaches and diverse wildlife in Costa Rica?
I have, and it sounds absolutely amazing. Have you ever been?
Unfortunately, I have not, but I dream of walking along those sandy shores.
I can only imagine how picturesque it must be. What wildlife do you think one might encounter?
From what I hear, there are sloths hanging lazily in trees and colorful toucans flying about.
That alone sounds like a postcard. What else excites you about Costa Rica?
The thought of snorkeling in crystal clear waters is electrifying.
And the opportunity to observe vibrant marine life must be breathtaking.
Indeed, imagine swimming alongside a school of dazzling fish.
Lesson 4. Reflecting on history.
The tower that is there remembers a war at that place and its general.
How fascinating. Historical markers can teach us so much.
Indeed, they remind us of the sacrifices made for our freedom.
I find it essential to reflect on history and its lessons.
It shapes our present and influences our future.
Absolutely. Do you think visitors appreciate the significance?
Many do. It often provides a deeper understanding of their surroundings.
I hope they take the time to learn about the history associated with such landmarks.
Me too. It can be quite moving to connect with the past in such ways.
Lesson 5. Hiking ideas.
That sounds nice. I might go hiking.
Oh, that is a great idea. Where are you considering hiking?
I am thinking about exploring the nearby trails that lead to stunning vistas.
Those trails can be breathtaking. Have you hiked there before?
Not yet, but I have heard wonderful things from friends.
I highly recommend it. The fresh air and nature are rejuvenating.
I believe I will enjoy the experience. Would you like to join me?
I would love to. Hiking with a friend makes it more enjoyable.
Let us plan a day to hit those trails together.
Lesson 6. Technology interests.
Well, I have always been fascinated by technology, so I am thinking about software development.
That sounds like a promising career choice. What interests you most about it?
I enjoy problem solving and creating useful applications for people.
Those are critical skills in development. Have you started any learning courses?
Yes, I began an online course last month, and it has been quite enlightening.
Fantastic. Continuous learning is essential in such a fast paced field.
Absolutely. The technology landscape is always evolving.
I believe your passion will lead you to great opportunities.
Thank you. I am eager to see where this journey takes me.
Lesson 7. Quality of life.
The advancements we make continue to improve our quality of life.
Indeed, each step forward brings hope for finding innovative solutions.
It is inspiring to see how communities come together for a common goal.
Absolutely. Collective efforts can lead to remarkable changes.
What specific advancements are you most hopeful about?
I believe fresh innovations in healthcare can significantly enhance lives.
That is a promising field. Improvements in technology can offer new possibilities.
And these advancements can provide essential services to those in need.
Together, we can work toward a brighter and healthier future.
Lesson 8. Prison reforms.
It is difficult for an elected person to admit it, but the riot at Strange Ways produced some prison reforms.
Really? That sounds impactful. How did that happen?
Well, it often takes a significant event to spark change.
Indeed. What specific reforms emerged from the situation?
Many changes focused on improving conditions for inmates and reducing overcrowding.
Those are crucial steps. It seems like a troubling situation had to escalate for anything to change.
Precisely. It is ironic that chaos sometimes leads to constructive outcomes.
The community's response must have been significant in pushing for those reforms.
Yes, public pressure can be a powerful motivator for change.
Lesson 9. Rapid growth.
That one store in Bentonville has become 4,203 stores in the USA, plus another one.
Wow, that is astonishing growth. What do you attribute that to?
Strong branding and customer loyalty, without a doubt.
I can see that. People love familiarity, especially with good service.
Exactly. Plus, their commitment to low prices has played a role.
It is a winning strategy. Have you ever visited the original Bentonville store?
I have not, but it is on my wish list.
It must feel unique to see where it all began.
Absolutely. A visit could provide interesting insights into retail evolution.
Lesson 10. Fitness fun.
I believe we should definitely go out together sometime.
That sounds like a splendid idea. When were you thinking?
How about we plan a workout session?
I am on board with that. I could use some exercise.
Wonderful. What type of workout did you have in mind?
Perhaps we could try yoga or go for a run in the park.
Yoga sounds relaxing, but I must admit I am not very flexible.
You do not need to be a pretzel. It will be fun regardless.
True, I suppose I can always act like a distinguished, unbendable tree.
Lesson 11. Scenic Journeys.
I have heard that trains are often the most convenient and scenic option for travel.
That is indeed true. There is something romantic about train journeys.
I can easily imagine enjoying beautiful landscapes while traveling.
It really adds a different flavor to the trip, does it not?
Absolutely. Just imagine sipping tea while gazing at the scenery.
Speaking of which, we must make sure to book tickets in advance.
Yes, I would not want a situation where seats are all sold out.
That would be rather disappointing indeed.
Exactly. Let us plan that adventure soon.
Lesson 12. Afternoon Plans.
That sounds great. When are you free to go?
I am rather flexible. How about tomorrow afternoon?
Tomorrow afternoon around 3 would work perfectly for me.
Splendid. What shall we do during our outing?
Perhaps we could visit that new cafe and explore the neighborhood.
I have heard great things about that cafe.
Yes, I am eager to taste their famous pastries.
Now you have me excited. Shall we embark on a delightful adventure?
Absolutely. Let us make it a memorable afternoon.
Lesson 13. Nature's Wonders.
The view from the top was definitely worth it.
I can imagine. The beauty must have been breathtaking.
Nature has its own way of captivating the heart, does it not?
Certainly. Each landscape tells a unique story.
I feel invigorated just by being surrounded by such beauty.
It is as if the mountains sing their praises to all who visit.
I agree. The fresh air and tranquility are unmatched.
Shall we plan another hike soon?
Yes, I am eager to explore new terrains with you.
Lesson 14. Snack Adventures.
Sounds good. I will bring some snacks for our outing.
Great. I shall bring a map and my camera to capture the moments.
Perfect. A little sustenance will keep our energy up while adventuring.
And I can document our time with some delightful photographs.
Surely, our journey will be both fun and delicious.
What sort of snacks do you plan to bring?
I was thinking of some fruits and sandwiches, simple yet effective.
In that case, I shall contribute some tasty cookies to our snack collection.
Cookies and fruits, we shall be well-fed adventurers.
Lesson 15. Women's Sports Evolution.
They should have included a few more women's events in their games.
Although not many, the golden age of women's sports was remarkable.
It surely was. Gender equality in sports has taken time.
Progress has been made, but there is still a long way to go.
Exactly. Women athletes deserve the same recognition as men.
Their achievements deserve to be celebrated just as much.
Perhaps more media coverage could heighten awareness.
Yes, visibility can lead to increased opportunities for athletes.
A brighter future for women's sports is essential for progress.
Lesson 16. Wine selections.
I think a selection of red and white wines along with some sparkling water would be ideal.
That sounds delightful. A perfect combination for any gathering.
A balance of flavors keeps the palate entertained.
Indeed, it caters to various preferences and tastes.
Plus, sparkling water serves as a refreshing option for non-drinkers.
Always a thoughtful choice to ensure everyone feels included.
It sets the right tone for a relaxed social atmosphere.
And a glass of wine can spark delightful conversations.
A toast to memorable moments and good company is in order.
Lesson 17. Unexpected expenses.
It is surprising how unexpected expenses pop up when you start tracking your spending.
Absolutely. I realized I was spending much more on coffee than I thought.
Ah, the infamous coffee trap. It can add up quickly, cannot it?
Indeed, once I started logging my purchases, it was eye-opening.
I found that snacks at convenience stores took a toll on my budget.
Convenience can be pricey. Have you made any adjustments since?
Yes, I now bring snacks from home instead. Much more cost-effective.
A fantastic strategy. I should take a page from your book.
It is all about mindful choices. How have you managed your budget?
Lesson 18. Being patient.
You are right. We should try to be patient while they fix the issue.
Patience is a virtue, especially in situations like this.
It certainly is. Frustration can easily set in during delays.
However, maintaining a positive attitude can help pass the time.
Exactly. Perhaps we can find a way to occupy ourselves while we wait.
How about playing a game or discussing our favorite travel destinations?
Those sound like wonderful ideas. It will make the waiting less tedious.
Let us keep our spirits high. The issue will be resolved before we know it.
Agreed. A cheerful conversation can make any waiting time enjoyable.
Lesson 19. Wilderness skills.
He killed several wolves that attacked his horses. He learned to travel long distances on horseback.
That is quite a tale. It highlights the challenges he must have faced.
Indeed, survival skills are vital in such scenarios.
I cannot imagine having to defend one's livestock like that.
It is a testament to resilience and resourcefulness in adverse conditions.
Did he develop any particular techniques for traveling long distances?
I believe he implemented careful planning and scouting beforehand.
Smart. Preparation is key when facing unpredictability in nature.
Absolutely. How fascinating it must have been to master those skills.
Lesson 20. Traditional views.
On behalf of his wife, some men believe that women did not possess the intelligence or the ability to
Participate in decision-making or leadership, correct?
precisely. It is astonishing how outdated such views are today.
Indeed, everyone deserves equal opportunity, regardless of gender.
It is crucial to challenge these stereotypes for progress.
Yes, education is a powerful tool in breaking down those barriers.
I believe increasing representation in all areas is essential.
Absolutely. Diverse perspectives enrich discussions and improve outcomes.
Together, we can promote equality and empower each other.
Lesson 21. Project Timelines.
Firstly, the timeline for implementation seems a bit tight. Can we extend it?
That sounds reasonable. Rushing can compromise quality.
Exactly. It is important to set realistic expectations for the project.
Have you considered proposing a new timeline that allows for thorough development?
Yes, I believe an extra month would suffice to enhance the final product.
I agree. This will lead to a more polished project.
Let us communicate this request to the team and get their feedback.
Sounds like a plan. Clear communication is crucial for versatility.
Together, we can ensure the project's success.
Lesson 22. Cultural Adaptation.
Steve had to get used to the food in Japan. They eat a lot of fish.
That is quite the adjustment. How did he cope with that change?
He mentioned that he had never eaten much fish before moving there.
I can imagine that was a challenge. Did he eventually enjoy it?
Surprisingly, yes, he found some dishes to be quite delicious.
That is wonderful. Culinary exploration can lead to unexpected delights.
It is fascinating how food can bridge cultural divides.
Absolutely. Trying new foods can enhance one's experience in a new place.
I believe such experiences enrich our lives in ways we cannot anticipate.
Lesson 23. Experimenting with colors.
Have you ever experimented with different shades for your art?
Yes, it is fascinating to see how colors can change a piece entirely.
What about the designs? Any tips for enhancing them?
I would suggest playing with contrasting colors to create depth.
Great advice. I'd often find contrasting colors make my work pop.
Also, consider incorporating texture to add visual interest.
That is a clever idea. Texture can really make an artwork stand out.
It ultimately brings your vision to life.
I am eager to try these techniques in my next project.
Lesson 24. Pastries and Escargot.
Have you ever tried a flaky pastry that simply melts in your mouth?
I must confess that I have not yet had that pleasure. What pastries are you referring to?
I recently encountered a delightful almond croissant that was heavenly. The layers were so delicate.
That sounds exquisite. However, I must say I am more curious about your experience with escargot. How was that?
I was pleasantly surprised. I initially hesitated, but the garlic butter made them quite delicious.
I can imagine that the garlic would add a wonderful flavor. Did they taste as one would expect?
They were quite tender and surprisingly savory. It was a delightful experience, though I must admit, they looked a bit unusual.
I would agree that they do have a unique appearance. Were you nervous to try them?
A little, but sometimes one must venture outside their comfort zone for the sake of culinary exploration.
Lesson 25. Memories and Growth.
It seems that memories can be a mixed bag, does it not?
I concur. Some memories evoke joy, while others bring a sense of melancholy. How do you cope with the painful ones?
I believe it is essential to acknowledge them. They serve as reminders of our growth and resilience.
That is an astute perspective. I often find that reflecting on those moments helps me appreciate the present.
Indeed, painful memories can teach us valuable lessons. It is interesting how they shape our character, is it not?
Absolutely. I find it fascinating to consider how those experiences can influence our future decisions.
Have you experienced a memory that you initially found painful but later learned from?
Yes, indeed. A failure from my past taught me perseverance. I now embrace challenges with a more open heart.
That is a commendable attitude. Each experience, the good and the bad, adds color to our lives.
Lesson 26. University and Corporate Influence.
It seems that academia is increasingly impacted by corporate interests. What are your thoughts on that matter?
I find it to be quite concerning. The question of who sets the academic agenda is indeed pivotal.
Indeed, it raises questions about the integrity of education. Should institutions prioritize learning or profit?
Precisely. A balance must be struck between obtaining sponsors and maintaining academic values.
It is a delicate balance. If the focus shifts too much, we risk diluting the quality of education.
I completely agree. Education should prioritize knowledge over monetary gain. What do you think is the solution?
Perhaps increased transparency and engagement with students and faculty could help. It is essential for educational institutions to consult all stakeholders.
That is an excellent point. Engaging the community ensures that the academic agenda reflects diverse perspectives and needs.
Exactly. Universities are meant to be a place of exploration and inquiry, not just profit-driven enterprises.
Lesson 27. Indulging in Balance.
It is often said that life is about balance. Do you agree with that sentiment?
Absolutely. I believe in allowing oneself moments of indulgence amidst discipline.
What a refreshing perspective. Do you have cheat days where you allow yourself to enjoy certain treats?
Yes, I certainly do. A day without restriction brings both joy and satisfaction, does it not?
Indeed, it is essential to celebrate your victories, both big and small. What do you typically indulge in?
I must say, I have a weakness for chocolate cake, especially the rich and decadent variety.
Chocolate cake is a classic. It is hard to resist. I usually opt for pastries myself.
A delightful choice. What is your favorite pastry to indulge in?
I am quite fond of eclairs. The cream-filled delight is simply irresistible.
Lesson 28. Grocery Lists and Essentials.
Have you ever noticed how essential it is to have a well-planned grocery list?
Indeed, I have. It saves time and prevents those unavoidable impulse purchases.
I agree. I often find myself wandering aimlessly without a list, leaving with items I did not intend to buy.
That is quite relatable. You must add the tomatoes to the list, though. They are essential for my favorite recipe.
Absolutely. I shall remember that. What else do you think we should include for our culinary endeavors?
Let us not forget the garlic and basil. A delicious tomato sauce requires those ingredients.
Excellent choices. We could also consider some fresh vegetables for a healthy balance.
Yes, of course. A variety of colors makes any dish not only healthier, but also visually appealing.
I must say, I enjoy cooking with you. It makes grocery shopping much more enjoyable.
Lesson 29. Shopping Experience.
A wise individual once said that trying things on before buying is crucial. Do you agree?
Absolutely. I believe one must ensure that the items fit well before making a purchase.
I am glad we are in agreement. It can be disheartening to find something looks great but does not fit properly.
Indeed, I always make sure to try on clothes before purchasing. It saves me from potential disappointment.
That is a brilliant strategy. Have you ever regretted buying something you did not try on first?
Yes, there was a beautiful dress I purchased, only to find it was far too tight when I got home.
That is unfortunate. It is evident that trying on clothes is vital. Do you have a favorite clothing store?
Yes, I do. There is a lovely boutique nearby that offers unique pieces.
How splendid! I would love to accompany you on your next shopping trip.
Lesson 30. The Helping Hand.
In times of distress, it is important to ask for help. Do you believe that?
Certainly, there are circumstances where we must seek assistance to navigate difficult situations.
Exactly. It reminds me of the story of Pasteur, who helped a boy afflicted with a serious illness.
What a remarkable tale! He stepped in during a time of need, showing great compassion.
Exactly, he recognized the urgency and took action to assist the boy. How admirable.
It is a reminder of the importance of helping others. We often underestimate our ability to make a difference.
True, it takes a small act of kindness to change a person's life. Have you ever felt compelled to help someone in a great way?
Yes, I once volunteered at a shelter, and it was a life-changing experience. It opened my eyes to the struggles of others.
That is inspiring. It is crucial to lend a helping hand whenever possible, is it not?
Lesson 31. Baggage Claim Essentials.
I have often wondered about the rules regarding baggage. Do you find them confusing?
Quite so. There are many nuances that can catch one off guard. Some items should be mentioned if asked.
Indeed, we must remain mindful of the items we carry. Have you ever faced challenges at baggage claim?
Thankfully, I have not faced major issues. However, it is essential to be prepared.
Precisely. Should we discuss our travel essentials while we wait?
I would be delighted to. Knowing what to pack makes travel significantly smoother, does it not?
Certainly. I usually prioritize packing comfortable clothing and necessary toiletries.
Those sounds like wise choices. What about entertainment for the journey?
I believe carrying a good book or downloading a series can prove invaluable during travels.
Lesson 32. Payment at Accommodations.
What is your take on the payment process while booking accommodations?
I find it quite essential to understand the requirements beforehand. Most places require a deposit.
Indeed, knowing this information prior to booking can save much confusion later.
Precisely. It also helps one to budget accordingly. Have you had any challenges with accommodations in the past?
Yes, there was a time when I overlooked the fine print and ended up with unexpected charges.
That is unfortunate. It is often those small details that can lead to surprises. How do you ensure a smooth booking experience?
I always read reviews and the terms before committing. It helps to avoid potential pitfalls.
That is very wise of you. I tend to double check with the accommodation provider if anything is unclear.
Communication is key. Shall we share tips on finding the best deals for our future travels?
Lesson 33. Shopping Considerations.
While planning to go shopping, which store do you prefer?
I usually go to the one nearby. It is convenient and has a good variety of products.
That is a solid choice. Convenience often outweighs travel to distant stores.
Absolutely. Plus, familiarity with the layout helps in navigating the aisles efficiently.
I completely agree. Have you found any hidden gems in that store recently?
Yes, I discovered an excellent selection of organic fruits that were surprisingly affordable.
How wonderful! I always enjoy finding unexpected treasures in local shops.
It makes the shopping experience that much more enjoyable. Shall we make a plan to visit together?
I would love that. An adventure awaits us in our local shopping escapade.
Lesson 34. Historical Insight.
You know, since the Magna Carta was signed in 1215, we have truly pioneered democratic rights. Do you not think?
Absolutely. It was like opening a door to modern governance. Can you imagine the conversations that took place among those barons?
I can only imagine. Perhaps someone declared, let us make laws instead of just obeying the king.
Right. And then there must have been some baron whispering. But what if the king does not like our new laws?
Ah, yes, a classic case of what if we upset the ruler? It certainly took courage to stand up for their rights back then.
Indeed, they truly were the original champions of democracy. I wonder how they celebrated after achieving such a monumental document.
Perhaps they held a feast, sipping mead and saying, to our rights.
I could envision them traipsing through the fields, joyfully laughing, saying, "We are finally in charge of our fates."
Quite a sight indeed. It makes one appreciate how far we have come in governance and civil rights since that pivotal moment.
Lesson 35. Seeking Help.
Do you believe you need to join a remedial class to improve your skills?
Well, there appears to be no other way at this point. I think it could truly benefit me.
That sounds reasonable. Often, seeking help is the first step toward improvement, is it not?
Indeed, I have come to realize that everyone can benefit from a little extra guidance sometimes.
Exactly. I mean, Even the most accomplished individuals have had mentors or taken courses to enhance their skills.
You are right. It is imperative not to shy away from seeking assistance when needed. Have you ever taken a remedial class?
I have once during my early studies, and it made a significant difference. It turned out to be quite enjoyable as well.
That makes sense. Learning in a supportive environment can really boost one's confidence.
Absolutely. Plus, you meet others who face similar challenges, and that can be quite encouraging.